I'm gonna try.
So, audience knows I have to ask: have you ever seen a flying saucer and/or a ghost?
Ooh, I love that question. I have not seen a flying saucer. I've not seen a ghost, but I did have a bizarre experience while I was reading in bed one time, where this sounds so woo woo, but I felt like I was getting ready to go to bed and put the book down, and I didn't turn the light off quite yet, and I heard a whisper in my ear, and I felt the breath, the air, as the whisper was, as whatever it was whispering to me, and thought it was my wife playing a joke, but she was sound asleep. She was sound asleep. I turned over and I said, "What did you say?" And I had to rouse her. Plus, her back was to me, so there's no way she could have done that. Moved and pretended to be asleep, and it would have been obvious. No, she was sound asleep, and it was just this really bizarre experience where there was this whisper in my ear, and not just hearing it, but feeling the air on my ear was really crazy. And I think that's probably the only uh, supernatural or paranormal thing that I've ever experienced. So I didn't see anything, but that was weird.
You remember what was whispered, or was it
Yeah,
indistinguishable?
no, I do, and the
You don't have to share it if it's too personal, or if it was kill the following people. I'm never going to do it, so
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
give
no, no, no,
a
no, no. I'm I'm a Christian, so I believe in angels, and I believe in God and Christ, and the message was a very personal message, and I felt like, honestly, I feel like it could have been an angel because of what it told me, and it was something that at the time I was going through kind of a, not a crisis of faith, but I had a lot of questions, and I'd been in a lot of prayer, and I was kind of I was in seeker mode where I was just looking for answers, and the message that I got was very it was it, dead center. It landed right where I needed it to, so to speak. So it was kind of like an answer to prayer in a way, and it was audible, and I could feel it. So it was personal, and I won't share what it was, but it was well timed, and I feel like it came straight from upstairs, man. It was really cool. Not scared. There was no fear or anything like that. There was no feeling of the air going cold. No doors shutting or anything like that. It was just a soft whisper, a comforting whisper. It was a female voice, and I don't know. It was just what I needed to hear at the time. I just wasn't expecting to hear it from uh, you know, someone else in the room that I couldn't see, I guess you could say. So, but that's all.
I don't
How
know.
about
The Lord speaks in mysterious ways.
he does?
That's nice and direct. If it could always be that way, how easy. How much simpler life
Right.
would be. You know what? If we could get like a daily email, hey, here's a message from God. Today we need you to focus on the following things. Great. No ambiguity. That's
Oh,
what I need right there. Thank
I'd
you.
sign up for that email list in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me? I'm
And
in. I'm in.
I'm gonna do rapid fire here because I know that that clock's ticking,
Sure.
but you are pretty upfront about your faith in some of your videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
Um, do you intend to write some non-secular novels as well as secular, or are you trying to keep there? Is there a separation between your faith and your author persona and what you're doing with your fiction? Or yeah,
Yeah, that's a good question. I plan on writing. Well, the middle grade fantasy series is, you could say it's secular. It has some good themes in it. Good principles, character themes. But the paranormal urban fantasy was, I wouldn't say it was secular. I would say it was non-secular. The message overall being one of faith. So I'm going to do both in the future, depending on where the spirit leads. What passion project I'm in the middle of, and I have this year. Lord willing, I'm going to try my hand at an adult novel, full-length adult novel, and it's going to have some Christian themes in it, but it's going to be a secular book. So there might be a, maybe a, dirty word here or there. I really don't like that. I really would prefer to just, even for an adult novel, just write clean. But I think you can talk about more adult themes in an adult novel. It can be secular, but you can still have some positive, character building, heartwarming, encouraging things that correlate with what I believe, correlate with my faith, that I could share with other people without it being a technically Zondervan published Christian fiction. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have, you don't have to go down that road. I know that wasn't a rapid fire answer, so my apologies.
No, you're good.
But I'm going to do both. I'm going to do both because I don't want to put anything out there that is dirty. I don't want to put anything out there that makes the reader put the book down and not feel just a little bit better about themselves or have a little more hope. I don't have time for that, and because of my faith, I feel like someday I'm going to have to, God gave me this passion and I'm going to have to give an account for it at some point. And just want to use it wisely,
So, okay. Well, then in that circumstance, 2 more rapid fire questions, and we'll think about calling it a night.
Okay.
And this one's not even that rapid fire because I've already put too much preamble. It's just not rapid fire. It's good. But
Great,
let's
man, I love it.
suppose that you get to the end of your life. You're there on Judgment Day, and God's sitting down and saying, "I don't know about this over here. What were you doing that day? But this is pretty good. And I like what you did with your book." And you find out that you never supported yourself solely from your writing. You didn't have J.K. Rowling success. But your books reached the readers that it most needed to reach and fulfilled God's higher purpose for that reader. And they took something that enriched their life and maybe made a difference for them. Would that be as satisfying?
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Yeah, of course I want to do the writing full time, but that might not be why, I feel like God gave me this passion. It might not be the purpose behind all of it. I'm going to pursue. I'm going to take it as far as I can take it. But so long as it has a positive impact, that has to be the most important thing. It really does. So yeah, I would be satisfied. And again, not a rapid fire answer, but a lot of those books that I have written in middle grade, my kids helped me come up with a lot of the ideas and characters, and it was a fun thing to do as a family that has been, I won't say immortalized, that's not the right word, but it's something that I'll be able to leave behind, a legacy, something they can remember enjoying doing with me. And they could pass down to their kids and say, your grandpa wrote these books, you should read these books, So it'll feel good to leave something like that behind that we did together as a family.
I love that answer. You know what? I think I should ask you about, I will ask you about advice for writers, and we'll call it a night.
Okay.
The last question is always some variations. That was a pretty good ending note. So maybe I'll go back and I'll edit this out and we'll just end there. That was pretty good. But I always ask if you could go back to 2018 or as early as you want and give yourself some advice about writing, about publishing that would have made your path easier and might help everyone listening. What would you go back and tell yourself?
Yeah. Be patient with yourself and be patient with the process. Just give yourself time to learn, give yourself time to make mistakes and fix them. Just be patient with yourself. I thought things would move faster than they did, whether it's the writing and publishing or whether it's, building up your monthly royalties. Just be patient. It's going to take longer than you think. I wish I had known that, because back in November of 2018, when I published it, I started getting some sales. I'm like, dude, in 4 months, I can be full time. I didn't know, and that didn't happen. And of course, November and December were great months for sales. And I'm thinking, wow, if I keep up this trend, I'll be sitting pretty in about a year. And then January and February roll along. And you're like, what happened? You know, I didn't understand that it's a slow build. You add books, you know, and you get better as a writer. You learn from the feedback. So, and learning how to upload things to KDP and, you know, get the cover file just right and all those frustrating little things. I think they're frustrating if you're in a hurry. But if you're not in a hurry and you give yourself the permission to be patient and learn and take as long as you need until it's right, I think I would have been happier through the process if I had just been a little more patient with myself.